Another day, another lesson by UPSC and more. India's foreign policy is guided by the principles of peaceful coexistence, mutual respect, and non-interference in the internal affairs of other countries. India has always emphasized the importance of maintaining friendly relations with its neighbors and actively participates in various international organizations to promote global peace and development. India's foreign policy is guided by the principles of peaceful coexistence, mutual respect, and non-interference in the internal affairs of other countries. India has always emphasized the importance of maintaining friendly relations with its neighbors and actively participates in various international organizations to promote global peace and development. Relations with neighboring countries. 1. China. India's relationship with China has been complex, with border disputes and strategic competition being the primary concerns. However, both countries have made efforts to improve economic ties and maintain peace and stability along the border. 2. Pakistan. India's relationship with Pakistan has been strained due to cross-border terrorism and territorial disputes over the Kashmir region. 3. Bangladesh. India and Bangladesh have made significant progress in improving their bilateral relationship, with increased cooperation in areas such as trade, security, and energy. 4. Nepal. India's relationship with Nepal has also had its ups and downs, with issues such as border disputes and political interference affecting ties. However, the two countries have strong cultural and historical ties. 5. Sri Lanka. India's relationship with Sri Lanka has been shaped by issues such as ethnic conflict and maritime security. Both countries have made efforts to deepen economic ties and enhance regional cooperation. India's foreign policy. 1. Non-alignment. India's foreign policy is based on the principle of non-alignment, which means that it does not align itself with any particular bloc or alliance. Instead, India seeks to maintain friendly relations with all countries and work towards peace and stability in the region and the world. 2. Strategic autonomy. India also emphasizes the importance of strategic autonomy in its foreign policy. This means that India seeks to pursue its national interests without being dependent on any other country or alliance. 3. Regional hegemony. India's growing economic and military power has led to concerns about its regional hegemony. India has tried to address these concerns by emphasizing the importance of regional cooperation and by being sensitive to the concerns of its neighbors. 4. Economic diplomacy. India's foreign policy also emphasizes the importance of economic diplomacy. India has been actively promoting economic cooperation with its neighbors and other countries through initiatives such as the South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, SAARC, and the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, BIMSTEC. 5. Act East Policy. India's Act East policy seeks to deepen its economic and strategic ties with Southeast Asia and East Asia. The policy is based on the principles of connectivity, economic cooperation, and cultural exchanges. India's relations with the United States. India's relationship with the United States has undergone a significant transformation in recent years. The two countries have moved closer together, with growing economic and strategic ties. Some key developments include: 1. Civil nuclear deal. In 2008, India and the United States signed a civil nuclear deal that paved the way for greater cooperation in the energy sector. 2. Defense cooperation. India and the United States have been working to deepen their defense cooperation, with increased military exercises and the sale of advanced defense equipment to India. 3. Economic ties. The United States is one of India's largest trading partners, with bilateral trade reaching $146 billion in 2019. 4. Strategic partnership. India and the United States have been working to develop a strategic partnership based on shared values and interests. This includes cooperation on issues such as counterterrorism, cybersecurity, and regional security. India's relations with China. India's relationship with China has been characterized by both cooperation and competition. The two countries have had ongoing territorial disputes, particularly over the border region of Ladakh, which led to a military standoff in 2020. Some key developments in India-China relations include: economic ties. India and China have significant economic ties, with bilateral trade reaching $92.6 billion in 2020. However, there have been concerns about the trade imbalance between the two countries and the impact of Chinese goods on the Indian market. Border disputes. The border dispute between India and China dates back to the 1950s, with both countries claiming parts of the Aksai-Chin region. The border dispute has led to periodic military standoffs, the most recent of which occurred in 2020. Strategic competition. India and China are both regional powers and have been competing for influence in the region. This competition has played out in areas such as infrastructure development, military cooperation, and regional diplomacy. Diplomatic engagements. India and China have engaged in high-level diplomatic talks to address their differences and improve relations. The most recent of these talks was the 12th round of India-China Corps commander-level meeting in July 2021. India's relations with Pakistan. India's relationship with Pakistan has been characterized by a long-standing dispute over the Kashmir region, which has led to several military conflicts. Some key developments in India-Pakistan relations include 1. Kashmir Dispute. India and Pakistan both claim the Kashmir region, which has led to several military conflicts, including the most recent one in 2019. The dispute has also led to tensions between the two countries, with cross-border terrorism being a major concern for India. 2. Diplomatic engagements. India and Pakistan have engaged in several rounds of diplomatic talks to address their differences and improve relations. However, these talks have not resulted in any significant breakthroughs. 3. Economic ties. India-Pakistan economic ties are limited, with bilateral trade reaching only $2.1 billion in 2020. However, there have been efforts to increase economic cooperation between the two countries through initiatives such as the South Asia Free Trade Area, SAFTA. 4. Track 2 diplomacy. There have been efforts to improve India-Pakistan relations through informal, non-governmental channels of communication. These efforts, known as Track 2 diplomacy, have involved academics, journalists, and civil society groups from both countries. India's role in international organizations. India is an active participant in several international organizations and plays an important role in shaping global governance. Some of the key organizations where India has a significant presence include 1. United Nations. India is a founding member of the United Nations and has been actively engaged in its activities since its inception. India has been a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council several times, most recently in 2021-22. 2. World Trade Organization. India is a member of the World Trade Organization, WTO, and has been an active participant in negotiations on trade liberalization and the resolution of disputes. 3. G20. India is a member of the G20, which is a group of the world's major economies. India has participated in G20 summits and has been involved in discussions on issues such as global economic governance, trade, and development. 4. BRICS. India is a member of the BRICS group, which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. The group represents a significant share of the global economy and has been working towards greater economic cooperation and development. 5. International Atomic Energy Agency. India is a member of the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, and has been working towards promoting peaceful uses of nuclear energy and preventing the proliferation of nuclear weapons. 6. Commonwealth of Nations. India is a member of the Commonwealth of Nations, which is a voluntary association of 54 countries that share historical ties with the United Kingdom. India has been an active participant in Commonwealth activities and has hosted the Commonwealth Games in 2010. Thanks for watching.